Today, pressure to ditch the cash ban rises. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Welcome to the latest post covering finance and problem news with a distinctively Australian flavour. Earlier in the week, John Adams and I posted on the Interests of the People channel where we discussed the Victorian Liberals' vote against the cash ban. And the video has gone quite well. And now, belatedly, the mainstream media has started to pick up this issue. The latest is an article by Shane Wright in the Sydney Morning Herald, and he headlined it, "Cash Limit Plan Could Provoke Pre-Selection Challenges." And he said, senior ministers, including Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, could have their pre-selection challenged as disgruntled rank-and-file Liberal Party members demand the government ditch plans to ban cash payments of more than $10,000. As the nation's peak business group, the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, joined calls to abandon the proposal, it now appears at the very least the planned start date of January the 1st will be missed. The party's Victorian branch at the weekend overwhelmingly endorsed a motion calling for the plan to restrict payments to less than $10,000 in cash to be abandoned. It was first proposed in 2018. The cash ban emerged from the government's Black Economy Task Force that recommended a crackdown on large cash transactions in a bid to prevent tax avoidance and catch organised crime. Under the laws, businesses will face criminal and civil penalties if they make or accept cash payments greater than $10,000. And Shane went on to say, the move has attracted intense criticism from some members of the community. Treasury consultation attracted more than 3,500 comments, while a Senate inquiry has received more than 2,600 separate submissions. Sidebar on that, they are not posting the bulk of them. We'll go into that later in a separate post. The Liberal member to move the motion at the Victorian Conference, Steve Holland, said that many people were concerned about the government's move, which seemed to be an attack on a legal form of payment. He said people were fearful that they would encounter restrictions on using money at a time when the country potentially faced a period of negative interest rates. The substantial issue is that for many people this plan is antithetical to the values of the Liberal Party. It also flips the presumption of innocence on its head, he said. Mr. Holland said that there was strong opposition within the Victorian Liberal Party that could be turned on ministers such as the Treasurer who were moving the legislation through the Parliament. The motion isn't binding on MPs, but in Victoria pre-selections are being brought forward, he said. Ministers have to go back to face party members to get their pre-selections, and this is an issue for many people. Several businesses and organisations, including Small Business Ombudsman Kate Carnell, have called for the ban to be delayed. Ms Carnell said, given breaches of the ban were criminal offences, many businesses needed time to train staff around the laws. And the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age has confirmed that the law will not be in place by the proposed 1 January start, with the government now waiting on a Senate committee report that is not due to be completed until February. If approved by the Senate, the laws will not be imposed retrospectively. The committee has been told by the ACCI that a critical review of the evidence underpinning the ban needed to take place, warning it could make the black economy situation worse. There is insufficient evidence on the scope and size of the problem, and how the prohibition of cash payments over the stated amount will eliminate the issue, it said. While the bill may make it easier to track and trace payments, it will be ineffectual insofar as reducing or eliminating black market activity. The prohibition of cash payments may lead to more sophisticated black market activity that may become harder to monitor and trace. Well said. And interestingly, of course, Interest of the People and DFA has been pushing the issue of the cash ban, and we were the first to report Steve Holland's motion after the weekend. Interestingly, there were other media outlets at the Victorian branch during the conference, but none of them chose to report this issue until now. So my takeout from all this is there is still plenty of mileage in opposing the cash ban, and indeed, the more you look at it, the more you realise it's all built on sand. I'm Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.